Hey everybody, and welcome back in for another saxophone gear review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Ionata signature Shape Your Own Sound tenor mouthpiece. So just a quick little disclaimer, SYOS did send me this mouthpiece, but they are not paying me to make this review. They did not ask for anything specific, and they do not get to see this video before it comes out. So as many of you know, I've reviewed a lot of SYOS pieces in the past, and they have been some of my main mouthpieces over about the past 3 or 4 years. There's several models from this company that I absolutely love. The one that I've played on the most being the Tivon Pennicott model. And I used that mouthpiece solidly for about 2 years, and I still find myself putting it on my saxophones really often. So when I got an email from SYOS that they were releasing this Ionata model, Max is one of my favorite players in the world, so I had to try it. And I gotta say, this is probably the best SYOS mouthpiece that I've ever tried, and it has been my main piece for about a month and a half now. And usually I try to play on these mouthpieces for a while, use them in real life situations in my practice time before I put a review out. So now, after this period of time, about 6 weeks, I finally feel like I'm ready to give you guys the lowdown on this mouthpiece. So first, let's start by looking at the SYOS website and check out what this mouthpiece is all about, how it's built. So I love the way that SYOS presents the mouthpieces on their website. They give you a ton of information about the baffle and the chamber, and then they give you a cool little description about the mouthpiece and what you can expect. So you can see this mouthpiece has a step baffle. It has a small chamber. It's a 3.5 out of 10 on the brightness scale, and the power is a 6.5 out of 10. So really what they're telling us is that this is a pretty dark mouthpiece, if that's what you're after, but it's going to give you a lot of punch and power. And I gotta say, that's exactly what I have experienced while using this mouthpiece. If you know my playing at all, you know I like a dark sound in general, and most of the situations that I'm playing in require a little bit more of a traditional sound, and that's kind of what I model my sound after in my head. Think like a Dexter Gordon, Hank Mobley, Ionata kind of sound. Now, the one I'm going to be using for this review has an 8 tip opening, and everything that you'll hear me play in this review is being played on a Boston Sax Shop number 3 reed using a Van Doren Optimum ligature with the flat plate, the one that comes installed on it. Now let's go over some of the things that I have noticed while using this mouthpiece. That balance of darkness with projection is really what I love about this piece the most. I feel like I could use this on a restaurant gig where I have to play really softly, all the way up to, playing a 300-seat theater where I have to project a little bit more. This mouthpiece really does well in all of those situations. So if I'm playing something where I need to put a little oomph behind the sound, make sure that that high register cuts a little bit more, I feel like I can do that with this. Now, if I'm in a different situation where I'm backing off a little bit, trying to play as dark and soft as possible, this mouthpiece really adapts well to that situation as well. And even when I'm playing soft, almost at a whisper, I still feel like I have complete control over this piece. I feel like I can play in all registers with an equally great sound, all the way from the pinky notes down at the bottom up into the altissimo range. It really responds well everywhere on the horn. And the other thing that's kind of brand new for me is I just got a new horn, well, a new old horn. I recently just picked up a Con New Wonder 2, which video about that coming soon. And then I also have my other horn, which is an Ishimori Woodstone. And I feel like I'm equally comfortable on both of these horns, which are two pretty different things. Of course, I'm still learning the tendencies of the Con, and this is my first foray into a vintage American horn, but I feel like this is a great mouthpiece to really learn the ropes and get used to this new instrument that I have in my life. Now, I've also tried a bunch of different reeds on this mouthpiece because, as we know, a lot of mouthpieces can be kind of really reed specific. But I've played on a whole bunch of different reeds, and it seems to respond pretty well no matter what brand I'm using. So I've used Boston Sax Shop 3, which are really my go-to reeds. I've used traditional Van Doren Blue Box number 3s, and I've also used the D'Addario Jazz Select filed 3H reeds on this. And I've found that they all play really, really well. We all know there's slight differences between different reed brands, and those differences are definitely noticeable, but they all played great. So all in all, I would really, really recommend this piece. Another great product from SYOS, who really over the years I've become a huge fan of. The more mouthpieces I try from this company, the more they convince me that they're really doing great things. So if you're looking for a mouthpiece that has that small chamber that's going to give you a little bit more projection while keeping the sound nice and warm, and if you're looking for something that can be used in a bunch of different situations, a really versatile mouthpiece, if you find yourself in a lot of different playing situations, I would definitely recommend looking into this mouthpiece and at least giving it a try. You've got nothing to lose. So again, big shout out to SYOS for making great mouthpieces consistently. If you have any questions about this piece, please just drop me a comment. I do read all those and I will get back to you. And if you found this gear review helpful, please consider liking the video. That helps us to get it out to more people just like you that are searching for the perfect saxophone equipment. And if you really loved this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications. All right, that's it. We'll see you guys on another video soon. Bye.